Hello, welcome back to the Drag Detective, where today we are going to be doing something a little bit different, inspired by the two premiere episodes of season 14, which I thought were both super fun, super fresh, love the queens, makes me very excited for this season. I thought since we were just given 14 new talents in the talent show that we could do a little Tiermaker fun and rank or tier or whatever you want to call it, the talents in all of the talent show and variety shows across Drag Race. We have 81 talents to rank, so I'm kind of just going to go right into it. Just want to preface, this is my opinions, which in the grand scheme of things means what? Absolutely nothing. It's just for fun, but I do want you to comment below after this video what was my hottest take. I want to know which one of these were you like, why the hell did he just put this here? So yeah, let me know. First, let's look at what the tiers I have are. So I guess these are kind of in the wrong order. Like, it should be green at the top and then red at the bottom, but whatever. So at the very bottom, we have Mama, This Is Garbage. I really want to use this sparingly because I feel like even a lot of the routines that are like cringy or whatever still had like a good idea behind it. So this is going to be for the ones that like the concept was bad, the execution was bad. I could not find anything decent to say about it. The next tier up we have is Nice Try, which is like, I see what you were going for, but it lacked execution. Then right above that we have I'm Bored, which is kind of gonna go for the ones that are just like very similar to things you've seen in the past, or it doesn't go anywhere, or it's like, whatever. Like, it's not terrible, but I'm not like enthralled. Then we get to the good tier, which is like, I'm definitely impressed. I'm enjoying what I'm seeing, and I am ready to see more, but didn't necessarily get to that like top spot, which is invented talent. These are for like the greatest of the greats. Okay, so let's get started. First up is, and also there's like no rhyme or reason to the order of this. It's kind of just whatever order these images loaded into this little Tiermaker thing. First up from the All Stars 3 talent show, which I think is the greatest talent show because there was so much variety. It wasn't just everyone lip syncing or doing something we've seen before. There was people playing instruments, there was dancing, there was like weird stuff, there was batons. Like, it was craziness, and I lived. This might be my favorite talent show of all time. It is Aja doing Level Ya Up, and of course this is where we get the iconic death drop off the box, and we get this ninja costume that has like 5 reveals, and she is completely owning the entire stage, the back, the front, the left, the right, like up and down. Like, this is how you do a talent show. If you're going to do something that has been done before, which of course doing an original track like this has happened tons and tons of times, you need to bring something new or elevate it, and that is exactly what Aja did. So it is going in invented talent for me. Like, it has to. Next we have, I think, the opposite of what I just said. Akira, I'm putting in I'm Bored because she also dancing to her original track, but it felt so like I've seen this before. There's no new element to what I'm seeing, and I just want to move on to the next girl. Like, it's fine, but I'm bored. Hence the name of the category. Here we have Alexis Mateo, who kind of falls somewhere in between for me. I'm going to put her in I'm Impressed because she does lip sync and dance to her original track, but she also brings in her own element of salsa dancing, and having, I think, all of the background dancers also helps. But she looked amazing. There was lots of energy. She was doing something new. So I was impressed. It was a good talent show. Now we have Art Simone. Goodness gracious. So I'm actually going to put Art Simone in Nice Try because I do think this could have been good. There was a solid performance in here somewhere. But it was just kind of flat. You know, I think if she had added some more comedic stuff, or if there was more of a payoff at the end, it could have been good, this competitive eating thing. But as this stands, it was just like, it fell flat. Next, we have Adore Delano. She sang her original song, and no matter how great her vocals were, I'm still going to put it in I'm bored because if you were going to sing, and this is just my opinion, if you were going to sing an original song, it needs to have a hook. Either the vocals have to be incredible, the song itself has to be fun and catchy, or it has to have some kind of crescendo moment. And unfortunately, the song that Adore picked was just so one note and didn't go anywhere, and it was low energy. You know, it had a low tempo. It didn't build to anything. So I am going to put it in I'm bored, unfortunately. Now, Alaska, I'm going to put in invented talent because I really think that she nailed, and this was the first talent show, she nailed exactly what she needed to do in this talent show. She picked out the thing that makes her completely unique, which is her completely crazy psycho sense of humor. And she made it into this like cabaret number. She looked amazing. She went there. She made moments. And I really do think that performances like this is what really set the tone for the talent show moving forward. Same with Alyssa Edwards, who I'm going to put in I'm impressed because she's doing this like she has a puppet and she's dancing and she's singing, but then she like has a breakdown moment in it and it really just feels frenetic, which is the energy that Alyssa tends to give off. So I genuinely really enjoyed it. Next, we have Coco Montrese, who I'm going to put in nice try because I do think this could have been good. I like the idea of kind of like a cell block tango dance routine. It just, I think, as we know now, was pulled together at the very last minute and did not reach the potential that I think Coco could have brought to this talent show. Detox. I'm going to put it in I'm impressed because I do think it was really fun and it was very detox. But it's kind of going to be at the bottom of this category, I think, when we order them towards the end. She's splashing paint all over herself, and she's slapping this neon paint on her ass, and it's super, super fun. Of course, she's doing it to one of my favorite Drag Race songs, Supersonic. So I really enjoyed it, but I don't think it's, like, as impressive as some of these other ones we're going to put in this category. Ginger Minj, I'm going to put in I'm impressed because she had the vocals there. The song was low tempo, but the vocals made up for it and kind of added that huge element to make it feel bigger than, let's say, Adore's was. Katya doing gymnastics, I'm impressed. There was some comedy there. It was different. It was fun. It was Katya. Cannot ask for more. Fifi O'Hara, nice try. I do think that the audience clapping did throw her off. And I don't think her vocals were terrible. There was moments where it was a little off, but Jeremy is an incredible singer, and I do think it would have just been better to do a full-on song, like with music behind it, and not try and have her pentatonics moment, but I do think it was a smart way to kind of stand out, and if it worked, it would have really worked. So it's going a nice try. Roxy Andrews Burlesque, I'm impressed. It's not my favorite, but it was very Roxy and it was very fun and flirty, and I did enjoy it. But Tatiana is going in invented talent for something that she pulled out of her ass, the night before or a couple nights before. This was so funny. A great way to reintroduce herself to the audience, and to this day, I think stands as one of, if not the greatest talent show of all time. Okay, Bibi Zahara Benet. I'm impressed. She showed her culture, she showed something different, and she had fun with it. Ben de la Creme. I'm going to put this one in invented talent because it really easily could have been a little boring since Roxy had just done a burlesque number the season prior, but Ben had so many funny moments, so many gags, always kept you on your toes, and really just had fun with the audience, which is all the things that make for a top-tier talent show, in my opinion. Blair St. Clair, unfortunately, I'm going to put in I'm bored. I think she kind of suffers from the same thing that Adore did. The song was a little one note. The song didn't go anywhere, and Blair had so many incredible songs on that album, Identity. This one to perform just felt a little weird to me when there are so many like fun bangers on that album. Chi Chi DeVayne, nice try. There were solid moments, but there was also moments that I was like, okay, this is not going, I think, as well as she hopes it was going to. But it was still solid. The baton was something different, something fun. It just could have been elevated, I think, a little bit more. Derek Barry is also going to go in nice try. And I honestly think if you were to put laughs behind some of this performance, like the laugh track, it would have come off as funny. Like, her performance was not terrible. I do think the editing makes this seem worse than it was because she had some solid impressions. Did every single one of them land? No, they didn't. But I still think she did okay in some parts, and it's not worthy of Mama, This Is Garbage. Electra Shock. I'm gonna put an I'm bored because it was just a minute of kind of the same thing, kind of the same moves, and Electra had already kind of been at a disadvantage here because we had seen her dance throughout the entire season. This was towards the end, I think this was the penultimate episode of the season, so we already know Electra is an incredible dancer. Do we really need to see her dance for this talent show again? It was smart that she went for more of an interpretive dance style since, we've seen her do the splits and the death drops, but it's just like we already know what you can do, Electra, and it didn't go as big as I think it could have. Eureka, I'm gonna put in I'm bored, but I also think that this could have been great if she had just sang live. I honestly think if Eureka had sang live, this would have been a top tier, super good talent show because she had the light projections on the dress, which was different. The song was really meaningful. There was meaning behind the whole performance. But I do think the fact that she had to lip sync, despite her just standing there, not moving at all, did kind of eventually make it feel like, okay, how much longer is this going to go on for? So, yeah, that one little tweak I think would have, and I guess it's not a little tweak because you have to trust that you can actually hit the notes and everything live, but still, I think that one change would have propelled her to the top level of this chart. Farrah Moan, nice try. I honestly think she was doing great. I loved the highlighter compact of it all. She looked beautiful. She just did not have the confidence, I think, to pull through on this. But all of the parts were there for a good performance, I think. So it is going to go a nice try. Gia Gunn, Invented Talent. Robbed. I mean, showing her culture, showing something the show has never seen, had such confidence on the stage, used the whole stage, props, and, it was so good. So good. Ginger Minj, I'm bored. Again, I think if she would have sang live, it would have been much better, since we already saw Ginger Minj do a talent show where she did sing live. This one where she lip-synced was just kind of like, okay. And you're not dancing, you're just kind of walking around the stage. It felt very lackluster, and I kind of did expect a lot more from Ginger Minj going into this talent show. Okay, India Farah, I'm impressed because of the dancing, and I do think having the backup dancers for sure helped this performance as well feel a little more elevated than it would have if it was just her on that stage. But she's an incredible dancer. The song was kitschy, it was campy, it was fun, and she still managed to elevate a performance we've already seen, countless times at this point in the talent show. So I am impressed. Okay, Ivy Elise, I'm going to put it on impressed as well. She has these phoenix wings, and it did sort of towards the end might have gone into I'm bored territory, but because it was something new, this kind of I mean, I guess not new. We've seen Latrice do the flag routine, but this was different because it was chiffon fabric that she was moving all over the place to kind of represent phoenix feathers. And I thought it was really, really fun and different. So it's going to go and I'm impressed. Next, we have Jan Sport. And I'm going to put this in I'm impressed. But if we saw the whole thing, it probably would have gone in Invented Talent. Moving on, Jasmine Masters. This is my first Mama, This Is Garbage. And the reason it's Mama, This Is Garbage is because there was no thought put in. She really just went for it in that moment and didn't prepare whatsoever and thought she could rely on a joke that was funny in a meme to carry her in this performance. And we all know if she had just done the outline and made a skeleton, Jasmine really could have been funny and knocked this out of the park. But because she went in blind, it just did not land. Jiggly Caliente, I'm bored. I loved her music. I loved her look. But it just felt very low energy compared to a lot of the other girls in this talent show and a lot of the other girls who have done this style performance before. Juicy Couture, Nice try. Liked the idea, just did not like the execution. Jujubee, I'm impressed. I wish we could have heard the live vocals instead of just them putting her vocals from the track on top of her singing live here. But she has an amazing voice, and I'm sure she sounded amazing and gorgeous, so I'm impressed. Karen from Finance, Mama, this is garbage. If she would have done some, like, 3 or 4 different balloon animals, that could have been really funny and really great, but she was just did one. She just did one little balloon animal and called it a day. And yeah, it's not my fave. It's not my fave. Kennedy Davenport, I'm impressed, but I'm impressed by literally everything Kennedy Davenport ever has done, so shouldn't be shocked. Keta Minaj, I'm also going to put in I'm impressed. It could have been an invented talent if I think she leaned more into the magic trick thing. Like if she had 2 or 3 magic tricks, that would have been incredible. But because it was like half dance performance, half magic, it did feel a little disjointed in parts. And I wanted just a little bit more of that magic. But that was just my opinion. And I do think she had the best of the night still. But it's going to stay and I'm impressed. Okay, I'm going to have to make this a little bit smaller and strain my eyes to see these tiny ass pictures. Next we have Kitamine, and I'm going to put this in I'm impressed. Even though she was in the bottom, all of these reveals were so fun, and it was something we hadn't seen, and it was something new for Kitamine. I really think she was like second best in this episode, and 1000% did not deserve to lip sync. Okay, Latrice Royale with the flags. I'm impressed. Something different. She really knows how to light up a stage and make an audience fall in love with her, and she completely did that the whole time. So fun. Love Latrice. Love Mazizi. I'm going to put her in on board. I did like parts of it, but I do feel like it needed some other element to make it feel bigger in comparison to some of the other queens in this episode. Manila Luzon, I'm impressed. She got me, gal. She got me, gal. That gag, I was shocked when she flipped the painting upside down to reveal what she had been painting the whole time, even though it was sitting right on a table next to us. I love when the reveal has been there the whole time. You just weren't looking hard enough, or you just didn't put the pieces together. And then you're like, oh my gosh, she really had it right in front of us the entire time. That is true talent. That is truly a gag. And I mean, Manila is just like the best. So Mayhem Miller, I'm gonna put in nice try, because I did like the first half when she did the eye things, the little like bloop bloop bloop, but I mean the meme of her just speaking gibberish. I would cover my eyes to the top 5, lots of things, and blah, like hilarious, but like nice try. Milk. I don't give a singular fuck. I'm putting this in I'm impressed. Am I a delusional Milk stan? Yes. Do I take after Milk herself being delusional? Yes. I do not care. She was super funny. She was engaging the audience. The Velcro part was fun. Could it have been better? Like, could she have done a little bit something else to make it more elevated? Yes, she could have. But I still had fun with it. So, Mama, this is garbage. I'm sure that's where you all would put this. For me, personally, I'm putting it I'm impressed. Monet Exchange. Nice try. I liked that she was going to start with the live vocals, even if it didn't necessarily work out in her favor. But I do think the second half of the performance was just recycling memes from her first season and not elevating them or doing anything different to make it fun and fresh. It was literally just let me redo everything from season 10, like the greatest hits. Nice try, but it wasn't there for me. Monique Hart, I'm impressed. She sang live, she had a fun song, she danced, she looked beautiful. I mean, she really had everything there that makes a great dance song performance. Morgan McMichaels, I'm also going to put a nice try. I think the song was a little like, but she looked amazing. Her dancing is amazing. She just needed to elevate some of the other elements of the performance. My Little Puny, I'm going to put in I'm impressed, because it was solid. It was solid. Naomi Smalls, it's so close between I'm impressed and I'm bored, because the first half I was bored, but then the second half I was impressed. I'm going to do impressed because I love the song. Angina, I'm bored. Pandora Box, I'm bored. Sorry. Raja O'Hara invented talent. Someone addressed in a minute. I don't care if it was just one seam. That was talent. Reggie, I'm bored. Sorry. Scarlett Adams, as much as I hate to admit it, I am impressed. Scarlet Envy, invented talent. I loved that performance. I absolutely loved it. It was very Ben de la Creme in that she's doing kind of like a burlesque number, but she also brought in the bubbles from season 11 and made it a whole performance of this like bubble art. It was so good for me. It was so smart. It was so good, and I loved it. Georges. Okay, now we have our season 14 girls. Georges, I'm impressed because she is such a great dancer. Such a great dancer. Jasmine Kennedy, I'm impressed because she's such a great gymnast. Diabetes, nice try. Lady Camden, I'm bored. Deja Sky, could have been good, but nice try. Maddie Morphosis, I'm bored. It was good, but I'm bored. Angeria, okay, here's the thing. Yeah, I'm going to put it in I'm impressed, but it's like almost I'm bored. You know what I mean? Like, it was the performance we've seen thousands of times, and did she perform it well? Yes. And was it the best of that night? Probably. But, I don't know. Love Angeria. But I'm looking at, like, some of these other performances, like all-star level performances, and now I'm like, some of these season 14, they don't compare. So is it fair for me to put it in I'm impressed if in comparison to, like, you know, Ben de la Creme and Manila Luzon, is it really that great? But I'm going to put it in I'm impressed. Because in the moment, I was. June Jambalaya, I'm bored. It did get old towards the end, even if she did have some amazing dance moves. Bosco, same, I'm bored. Sorry. Let me put it there. Okay, Alyssa Hunter, I'm bored. Carrie Colby, I'm impressed. Loved that she did something different and fun, and I think it really paid off. Orion, nice try. Cornbread, I am impressed. Willow Pill, I'm very impressed. Mariah Paris Balenciaga, invented talent, one of the greatest things we've ever seen. I gotta make this even smaller. I loved it. It was so good. It was so poignant, and I really think she should have been in the top or won that week. Okay, we have a couple left. We have Serena Chacha on All-Star 6. I'm going to put it in nice try because I do think it was smart to try and have the wigs involved, but they just weren't involved enough. They kind of just was like, why are they here? And then it was just the typical dance and song performance we've already seen 1,000 times, not elevated whatsoever. Unlike how Shangela did it, when she kind of was telling a story in the song about like her roots and how she got here and the whole journey, and it had levels, it had different peaks and valleys of energy, and it ended with the quickest death drop we've ever seen in our lives. So I was very impressed. Shea Coulee on the stripper pole, I'm impressed, but you could tell that she had just learned. I mean, I think she said that like 2 weeks before she left for All Stars 5, she learned how to do the stripper pole stuff. You could tell that she was maybe not a natural, but I honestly don't think Shea Coulee has ever looked more beautiful in her entire life, so I'm very impressed. I'm impressed by Silky playing the piano and singing live. Even if it was not the most high energy thing in the world, I do think that she added some comedy. It was different to see someone play piano and a live instrument and sing. So I was impressed. Kylie, oh my God, I love you. But we had seen so many of this kind of performance in this episode, and by the time it came to Kylie, I was bored. Tabitha, nice try. Good idea. Poor execution. The Countess, I'm impressed. That was some of the best piano playing I have ever heard in my life. Thorgy Thor, I'm impressed. She did a one-handed cartwheel while doing the violin and showing that zany, just crazy energy that she has. We all know that Thorgy Thor is one of my favorite queens of all time, so are we shocked that I'm putting her here? You shouldn't be. Trinity the Tuck, I'm bored. Great concept, poor execution again. Trinity K. Bonet, nice try. There were some solid jokes in there. She just needed the confidence. I mean, I truly think you have to be the most confident person in the world to do stand-up comedy. You need to make the audience believe the jokes are funny, right? Because you can tell a funny joke, but if you don't think it's funny, the audience won't think it's funny. And I think that is what happened to Trinity K. Bonet here. Trixie Mattel, I'm impressed. Don't even know what that instrument was, but she sounded lovely and she looked lovely. Valentina, I'm bored. It was very like, okay, there's a lot happening, and I don't know what it is, and I'm not sure where this is going. So, yeah, it was fine. I was bored though. Vanessa Von Cartier. Okay, this is gonna be probably a hot take. I am gonna put it in I'm bored only because the scope of what she had, this huge cage that she was in, I was expecting some like, Shakira She-Wolf moves going on or something like that. And then it was kind of this like spoken word, like deep, meaningful soliloquy, which, I loved. It just wasn't as grandiose as I think it started out to be. Like, is in my mind what I was expecting. It ended up being a lot smaller. So I was bored. I was also bored by Vivaldi because we've seen people do like some strip stuff and seen it a lot better. And then Yada Sofia, I'm gonna put it in I'm impressed, but like I don't think it was the greatest thing I've ever seen, like the judges did. Okay, so now we have all of them here, and we have to order how they go in the category. So basically, you'll see like the worst to the best. Now there were only two in Mama This Is Garbage. Like I said, I wasn't gonna be super like if it sucked, it was going to throw it here. Like, if I saw that it had some potential, I wasn't just going to throw it here. So I am going to put... Honestly, this is fine. Karen, I think, has the worst of all time. And Jasmine can go right here. Now, we have kind of a lot in Nice Try. Some of the better ones, I think, are Coco and Chi-Chi and Derek. Who else had a good one? Morgan's was not bad at all. Same with... Who else? Like, these are all... Trinity's wasn't terrible either. Of this category, I think the best is Chi-Chi, then Morgan. That just shows how great the All-Stars 3 talent show really was. Coco and Derek can go here, Trinity. I'll put, who else? Farrah, I think, had a good start. It was just the second half that really started to flop. Daya's wasn't terrible. Our Fifi's, I think, was fine. Serena's, I'll put Serena here. Mayhem, I'm going to put here just for the meme. Same with Juicy Couture. Tabitha's was bad. Orion's is probably going to be the worst. This is fine. This right here looks about right to me. Now, there's a lot in I'm bored, and they're all going to be kind of the same, so this is going to be hard. Who had a really good one here? Bosco's was pretty good. I'll put Electra up here, and... Eureka, these aren't going where I want them to. Maddie Morphosis, I'll put up here because she was showing like a true talent. And Lady Camden wasn't bad either. Neither was Kylie. We'll put Kylie here. Put Reggie right below Akira. And then Adore and Blair kind of the same here. Mazizi here. This is so hard because so many of them are so similar. Valentina's wasn't the worst. Pandora's wasn't the worst. I'll put Pandora here. Who was the worst? June wasn't the worst. Valentina's was bad. I think I'm just going to leave it like this. I think this is a solid last little row. And now we have the biggest one, which is the I'm impressed. And this is going to be hard because there's a lot of different stuff going on here. Who had some of the best that I'm just noticing off the bat? I am going to put Milk towards the bottom and Yada towards the bottom. I thought Trixie and Thorgy did really well because they were doing live instruments. India is probably going to go right in the middle. Manila is going to be up here. Same with Alexis. Same with Katya and Roxy. BB is going to be really high too because I really liked that she did something super different. Latrice? Yeah, I'm going to put Latrice there. Monique did really well. Let's put Monique here. Katya, that sounds about right. Jan can go up front. Thorgy and Trixie. Kennedy. Kidamine. Alyssa, Detox, Ginger. I'm going to put Georges a little bit higher and Jerry a little bit higher. Oh, Carrie Colby's, I loved Carrie Colby, so she's going to go up here. Scarlett, Naomi's going to go towards the bottom. Shay, Cornbread is going to go... Cornbread can go... no, I still like Alyssa's better. Cornbread can go here. How's this looking? How is this? Shangela can go a little bit higher. Maybe a little bit better than Cornbread's. Willow Pill, I'm going to put pretty high. I thought that was super funny and original. This looks fine to me right now. This looks fine. So now we just have the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, my top 8 that go in invented talent. These are my favorites for various reasons. I'm going to say, of these 8, Alaska is probably my least favorite. And then Raja. And then Gia. And then Scarlett. And then that leaves a top 4 of Aja, Tatiana, Bendelacreme, and Mariah. And, oh, I love you so much. I'm going to put Ben 4th, Mariah 3rd, Tatiana 2nd, and Aja 1st. So this is it. This is my ranking of all of the talent shows. Honestly, I thought there was going to be more that I put in the bottom. Like, I thought there would be more Mama, This Is Garbage. But I think for me, as long as you do come in with something that either feels like it's branded towards you or has a solid idea or had a vision, I'm not just going to say it's garbage. Yeah, I think this is good. What's my worst take here, though? I want you guys to tell me nicely, nicely, please, what is my hot take? I'm expecting some hot takes on Milk. I'm expecting some hot takes, probably on Angeria's not being a little bit higher. I'm expecting hot takes maybe for Scarlett's being high or Alaska. I don't know. I think those are the ones that I'm going to get, like, why do you think this is good? And my answer is because I do. So let me know what you guys think. And I want to hear, what do you think is the best of all time? And what do you think is the worst of all time? Your number 1 best and your number 1 worst. Drop it in the comments below. I want to see what you guys would have put there. I really wanted to do something different, and this seemed really fun and relevant because we just got 14 new talents. So I really enjoyed doing this Tiermaker. If you guys want to see me do another video like this, let me know in the comments what you want to see me rank next. I like doing these things that kind of go all throughout seasons, and I can, talk about people from season 2 or talk about people from season 14. So, yeah, let me know what you guys think. And of course, here are the links to all of my social medias. Please check out my Instagram and my Twitter if you want. I put up a lot of polls when episodes go up on both of those, and we kind of discuss the new episodes of season 14, as well as my Patreon, where I have lots of events going on right now for season 14. We have a draft, we have all kinds of stuff, and of course there's patron-only videos up there as well at the $5 tier. So I appreciate all of my patrons. They're all listed here, my $3 and my $5 baddies. So thank you guys so much for supporting me, and thank you guys so much for tuning in. It has been a long-ass day solving the mystery of what would have happened if Coco Montrese was allowed to do Janet Jackson in the talent show, and the answer is the world would have shattered because we couldn't handle that much power. So it's probably for the best that production said not today on that one. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.